Ask you a question. Are you somebody who is setting goals, getting in the process, and not following through? Well, today I want to help you identify some of the things that may be stopping you from completing that process and falling short of reaching your goals. I want to start with this quote by the great Les Brown where he says, in order to do something you've never done, you have to become someone you've never been. And it sparks the question, who do I have to become in order to do that thing I've never done? It's a question we all have to ask. Why? Because the person we are and the person we've been hasn't done it yet. We're asking, by setting goals, we're asking ourselves to accomplish things that are up here in a level we haven't operated yet, because we are right here trying to get there. And the question becomes, who do I have to become in order to do the thing I've never done? Why? Again, because the person we've been hasn't done it yet. The person we've been is the reason we're behind right now. And the person we've been is the reason we're stuck in the job, the relationship, or the situation we no longer want to be in. So here's what I want you to know. Don't be embarrassed. We're all under construction. Nobody gets it right. Nobody's perfect. And nobody makes it through life without failing. I love a quote by the great Willie Brown where he says, Willie Jolly, where he says, a setback is a setup for a comeback. And the question is, are you ready for this comeback that you're setting yourself up for by putting these goals down on paper, by acknowledging the fact that you want something more? That's a good question for you. So the first place I want you to start is, what are you believing? You have to ask that question. In order to become something you've never done, you have to become someone you've never been. And right now, are you a person who believes that it's possible for you? Yes, you may write it down. And yes, you may sit there on Sunday and say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But the question is, once you leave that church, once you leave that Bible session, once you leave those people who are motivating you and inspiring you at that moment, are you saying those same things to yourself? Are you operating as somebody who believes that you can do all things? Well, here's what I want you to know. You have everything in you to accomplish whatever it is you want to do in life. You have to be all in and believe in your abilities that you brought to this world and walk in faith and just go at it. You can no longer sit around in disbelief. You've done that. You've been there. For years you've been there. Now it's time for you to go all in and make the changes that you want to make. Something else I want you to understand that may be stopping you, the belief that it's possible for you, right? Not so much the belief that you can do it, but the belief that it's possible for you. So many people have become conditioned to believing what others believe is possible for them, and you stop believing that it's possible for you. You find yourself stop dreaming, you stop working towards any goals, and then you no longer have a vision for where your life wants to go. I've been there. Trust me, it wasn't until the day somebody helped me identify what was holding me back that I started changing my life and my belief system. Because I was somebody who was not dreaming. I was not with a vision. I didn't have any goals. And I found myself just running on this hamster wheel of life, not going anywhere, not accomplishing anything. And I had to make some changes. And it started with my belief system. Someone else you have to become, ladies and gentlemen, you have to become somebody who is willing to live an uncomfortable life. That's right. Live an uncomfortable life. So many times we find ourselves, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I'm making an amount of money, I'm making a nice chunk of change, I got this car, I got this house, I got these clothes, I got these shoes. But in your being comfortable, what you're not paying attention to is you aren't happy. You're behind on your bills, the money you're making isn't enough to take care of your family, and you're struggling from paycheck to paycheck. So answer me this. Is your being comfortable more important than accomplishing the goals that you're setting for yourself? Those goals that you set for yourself hurt you. Trust me, they're where you want to be in life. They're up here, you're down here. You have to figure out how to get here. And it's going to take you doing things that you've never done before. And you're going to have to be willing to get uncomfortable to do it. So my question to you is, are you willing to get uncomfortable? Or are you willing to live the rest of your life where you are surviving, just getting by, waiting on the day to pass away and they put you in the ground. Next thing I want you to take a look at, ladies and gentlemen, some of the reasons you're operating in the manner you're operating in is because of the fears you are allowing to hold you hostage. What fears are you allowing to keep you from moving towards those goals? What fears are you allowing to get through the process, allowing you to start the process and then start sabotaging your efforts? What fears are you allowing to stop you? So many times we get so caught up in all these things that may or may not happen. Some of the things we worry about are what other people think about us. We're worried about them laughing at us. We're worried about them thinking we're crazy. We're worried about them thinking that we're better than they are. Well, here's what I want you to know. They're going to think that anyway because you're working on yourself. They're going to think you're crazy because you're doing something that they haven't done yet and they think is too hard. They're going to they're going to laugh at you simply because you're going through life doing something you've never done. You're chasing a dream and you're failing. But that's the way to get to success. Now, here's something I want you to look at, and I love it when Tyler Perry talks about the fear of failure. He says, I never fail, I learn. That's a part of the process. Learning is a part of the process. So what, you get it wrong, that's just telling you, hey, the first attempt I learned. And what did you learn? That I didn't make a step back here that I needed to get to the next level. It's just a process. Be happy to fail or to learn what you didn't do right, because it's in the process that you get better, how you grow. Rain comes and it brings growth. Storms come, things grow faster and are more in abundance. So you just accept that and you just take it and move forward. Don't worry about them laughing about you, because I guarantee you, as you start accomplishing things, they're going to start paying attention to you. They're going to start listening to you. Most importantly, when you finally reach that goal and you are living the life that you really want to live, they're going to be asking you, how did you do it? How can I go about doing it? Trust me, it happens that way. Just keep pushing, because nobody's going to do it for you. Something else I want you to understand, those fears and doubts that you're going to be fighting, or that you're fighting and facing day in and day out, the great ones do it as well. They have problems that they have to fight through. They have fears and doubts that concern them. Know what makes them different? They're willing to connect with a mentor, a coach, a trainer, somebody who can help them along. They're connecting with like-minded individuals who have the same goals, who have the same habits and behaviors, or those habits and behaviors that they want to incorporate in their life to get to that next level. You have to do the same thing. You have to be willing to connect with individuals who are incorporating those habits and behaviors and who have goals, visions, and dreams that they're working towards. I heard this quote that says, people who aren't doing anything love to have company. And that's right. My mom used to tell me, if you hang around 9 broke people, I guarantee you, you're going to be the 10th. So you have to decide where you want to be in life. Do you want to hang with the pigeons, or do you want to fly with the eagles? Eagles see the world at a different level, a different altitude. They see things from a different perspective, and they got more options. And they experience things that are beautiful in this world, not just the sidewalk, and they're waiting for a handout or somebody to take care of them. You want to be an eagle, fly with them. Something else I want you to take a look at, ladies and gentlemen, is you've got to understand you've got what it takes. You have what it takes, and you have to push through the process. You're having problems with the process simply because you haven't identified that the process takes as long as it takes. There is no microwavable process. There is no list that says if you do this, it's only going to take 10, 20 days. No, you have to go through the process, be in it, go all out, do what you have to do to get to where you want to be. And when you get there, that's when you get there. So trust me, the process is what it is, and it's going to take what it takes. But the question is, are you willing to go all in now so that you can start seeing the results 5, 10, or 15 years from now, rather than sit there and go, I need to get my ducks in a row. I need to get all my money right. Everything has to be right. I need to do all this analysis and paralysis and research and risk management before I get started. Well, when you do that, 5, 10 years from now, you're going to still be talking about how I'm going to start my business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my education. I'm going to get my college degree. I'm going to do all these things, but you never started. So you got to go all in. I don't care if you don't know how to do it. I don't care if you don't know where to start. Just get started doing something. It'll all come to you. And when you start connecting with those like minds, the mentors, the coaches, the trainers, things are going to start changing because you'll learn where to go next. And when you start believing that you have what it takes, your confidence level will increase. The strength that you have inside of you, you'll be able to tap into it to get through those storms that are coming. And trust me, the storms are coming. If you aren't in one now, you will be in one later. You just have to just keep pushing through it because no one is going to do it for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, when you make that decision to set those goals and go through it, come hell or high water, your life will change. I'm Sierra Collier, and no matter what you do, choose extreme resilience in conquering challenges and obstacles life leaves in every road. And no matter how bad it gets, no matter how hard it gets, just keep pushing because no one is going to do it for you. I'm Sierra Collier. Stay unlimited, unconquerable, relentless, and you will be victorious.